on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's big Premier League match against Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, like all my previews, this one is sponsored and brought to you by BetMate once more. They're running a Premier League special pot here made up of Manchester City against Tottenham Hotspur only. It's a £500 pot, paying up to the top 25 places, £150 for the winner, £5 to join. If you click the link in the description, that'll take you to the download page. Download BetMate and go and use code JSGC10 on sign up. You'll get £10 in free bets. You can use them free bets to join this pot for free. BetMate is a free app to download. It's available to anybody who is 18 or over, and it is available in the UK only. They're running a special pot here for the City Spurs game. There's lots of other available pots as well. You've got both teams to score, full-time results with lots of big prizes, so do go and check it out. I will speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, if you are going to gamble, please remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So on to the match information for this game. It's to the Etihad Stadium, Premier League match day number 14 on Sunday the 3rd of December 2023 with a 4:30 PM GMT kickoff time. Game being broadcast live here in the UK on Sky Sports. It is Manchester City taking on Tottenham Hotspur. So we're going to speak about our opponents first. Tottenham Hotspur, sometimes referred to as Spurs, most times referred to as Spurs. Formed in 1882, they're the four-time League Cup winners, most recently in 2008. They've won no major trophies in nearly 16 years, which, to me, massive surprise for a club the size of Tottenham Hotspur and their stature that they've got as well. They've won one League Cup, one major trophy in nearly 33 years. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? They're the 8-time FA Cup winners, 2-time League Cup champions, 1-time European Cup winners, 2-time UEFA Cup winners, and they also reached the Champions League final as well back in 2019, losing in Madrid against Liverpool as well. They do have their own emblem. To dare is to do, to showcase their ambition and their inspiration as well, in a club that's really looking to push on, and they'll be looking to try and win a trophy. They'll first and foremost be looking to try and get European football back. I imagine with the start they've got off to, I'm not too sure if they're title contenders. I think this game has a big say on that. They will be having their eyes on potential European football, potential Champions League football. They're already out of the League Cup, so in terms of them winning a trophy, the FA Cup's the only thing really that they can go at. They've got no European football as well. They've been playing some good stuff. I just don't know what to make of Tottenham Hotspur. I used to speak about Spurs 3-4 weeks ago. I'd have said to you guys before that Chelsea game, they're looking absolutely fantastic. Unbeaten, not lost a game, looking very good. And all of a sudden, 3 losses in a row, and people now are saying it's Spurs being Spursy, which I don't know about anybody else. I know lots of people like using that term. I'm not a real fan of using the term Spursy to do things, but yeah, that's just me. Anyway, I think Spurs deserve respect. I think Manchester City have to show Tottenham Hotspur a lot of respect if we are to win this game, in my complete honest opinion. So, Tottenham Hotspur playing some really good stuff under new management, under Ange Postecoglou. He's a decent manager doing a really good job there, I think. It'll be interesting to see now how he gets his players to respond. They're on a bit of an injury crisis, lost 3 in a row. What's he going to do about it? How's he going to come to the Etihad? How's he going to set up? How's he going to try and take 3 points off the Premier League champions, off the Champions League champions, off the treble winners? How is he going to be able to do that? Well, Tottenham Hotspur, they find themselves in 5th place and slipping down the league. Spurs win here, though. They go level on points with Manchester City. So, as I said, this is a very big game. Now, if there is a winner of the Newcastle versus Manchester United match taking place on Saturday, then the winner of that game will go over Tottenham Hotspur, so they could find themselves slipping down even further in the Premier League table. So, to me, as I said, their ambitions will be the top 4 at this moment in time, and they'll see if they can push and go from there. Can they win this game? I think if Spurs win this game, I think they should be spoken about, at least for now, as title contenders. They don't win this game, I think their aspirations has to be top 4, not thinking about the Premier League trophy, in my complete honest opinion. So we'll see. As I said, this game has massive implications on that. Now, in terms of form, with Tottenham not being in Europe, they're not playing every 3 to 4 days all the time. They're not in the League Cup as well. They can literally just focus on the Premier League, which sometimes works to your advantage when you're in good form and you're playing really well. Sometimes when you have an injury crisis and things aren't going so well and you lose a couple of games in a row, it becomes a long time, because if City drop points like we did against Liverpool, I want Manchester City to come out 3 or 4 days later, play another game, might be in another competition, but you go out there and try and rectify it. We beat Leipzig, you feel much better. You go into this game and all of a sudden that you start to take that form with you into other competitions as well. Whereas with Tottenham firmly focused on the Premier League and focused that they've lost the last 3 games and they need to do something about it. So normally I say it's a 3 pass at the Etihad, but I genuinely do feel that Tottenham have to do something here at the Etihad. Now, as I said, they were doing really well, Tottenham. They've only lost 1 game this season up until the match against Chelsea at home. That was in the League Cup, and even then, they didn't lose that game after 90 minutes. It was on penalties to Fulham, away from home in the League Cup. Then they go to Chelsea, they lose their discipline, they get players sent off, they lose 4-1. They follow that up with an away match against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they lose that game by 2-1. They played Aston Villa at home last weekend. They played a good game. They've had an injury crisis. Aston Villa are a good team. Villa put their chances away. Aston Villa come away with the 3 points, and I think Spurs will be very disappointed with that. And because of that, that now puts them under pressure in this match against Manchester City, and they need to do something. Now, in terms of danger men, as I said, they play good football, they like to score goals, they like to attack, and they've no longer got Harry Kane. They sold him to Bayern Munich, not really replaced him, and they've done something very clever, and that's moved one of Tottenham's best players, in my opinion, Heung Min Son, fantastic. Stop playing him out wide, put him up top, have him lead the line. It works wonders. He's a wonderful finisher of the football. He's got plenty of pace. He knows how to play football. He is a fantastic player. And to me, Tottenham Hotspur, they won't go wrong or far wrong if they start to build a team and an attack around Heung Min Son. Harry Kane, the centrepiece, the world-class striker, he's gone, but they've got another world-class attacker there in Heung Min Son. Build around him. If they do that, I think that's a recipe for success. Again, though, that is just my opinion. We've got other good players out there. Bissouma, decent central midfielder. Kulusevski, decent winger. He can play behind the striker. A decent player, plenty of pace. It can cause Manchester City problems. Destiny, I'm expected to be going on the left. I'm expected to see Pedro Porro going on the right. So again, you've got attacking fullbacks that can get forward and cause problems. I am expected to see Vicario, new goalkeeper that they brought in, playing in goal in this game and going with centre-backs Emerson and Ben Davies. And from a City point of view, I'm thinking City can really get after that and really get into this Tottenham Hotspur team. So I am expecting them to go with Vicario in goal, Porro on the right, Destiny on the left, Emerson and Davies as their 2 centre-backs, a midfield made up of Bissouma, Hojbjerg and Lo Celso. It's not bad considering they've got an injury crisis. Kulusevski on one side, potentially Brennan Johnson on the other. They can alternate. One could go on the right, one could go on the left. They can probably play up top as well if you wanted to rotate the front 3 with Heung Min Son being the other attacker there. Good options on the bench. Oliver Skip, Bryan Gil, Eric Dyer. Good options there in my opinion. And you could be seeing Sarr coming back into the team as well from an injury. However, catch yourself to this. The injury list. Bentancur, he's out. Romero, he's out. He's suspended, serving a final game of the suspension after being sent off against Chelsea. Ivan Perisic, he's out. Van de Ven, out. James Maddison, massive loss. He's out this game. Ryan Sessegnon, Solomon, Richarlison, Whiteman, all out. Sarr, as I said, could be back, but that is a massive, massive injury list there for Spurs. And so for Manchester City, we've not won in 2 Premier League games. I'm looking at this thinking Tottenham Hotspur at home, decent, got off to a good start, could cause us a lot of problems. Injury crisis, I think City need to be all over this. Attack from the off. Pep Guardiola has promised the attacking style of football to come back. All guns blazing, make it about quality. I wouldn't rule out Manchester City going out here if we've got our shooting boots on, scoring 5 or 6 goals. Equally, we could also end up conceding 2, 3, 4 goals, which means if City don't have the shooting boots on, it's how we came out with that 4-4 draw away at Chelsea. And I think that's a style that City are going for in this game. Makes it very entertaining. Yes, makes it from a neutral point of view very exciting for them. But as City fans, is it the best approach? I'd like City to be disciplined. I just think, as it was against Liverpool, I thought the approach that we had against Liverpool last week was absolutely spot on. The problem that we had is we just didn't play the situation as well as what we could have, and we weren't clinical in front of goal. We put any of them numerous chances away. We make it 2-0. I class that as the perfect performance against Liverpool, and I think the same can be done against Spurs. Learn them lessons, put your opportunities away, defend deep, defend well in numbers, respect Tottenham Hotspur, put our opportunities away, we'll come out with the 3 points. That's how we win this game, in my opinion. All guns blazing, we could get the job done as well. Sometimes you get stung. We got stung against Chelsea. If we do go for that approach, are we going to get stung again? Now, Manchester City formed in 1894 as Manchester City. We did form in 1880 under the name St. Mark's. We're the current treble winners, current Premier League champions. We've got 9 top division titles. We're the 7-time FA Cup winners, 8-time League Cup winners, 1-time European Super Cup winners, 1-time European Cup winners, and also 1-time Champions League winners. We're led by manager Pep Guardiola. Find ourselves in second place, 1 point behind Arsenal after we drew last weekend against Liverpool. Arsenal are playing first this weekend. Got a match against Wolves on Saturday at home, so I fully expect us to be 4 points behind Arsenal. Liverpool, they're in third place. They've got a match against Fulham at 2 p.m. on Sunday, so they will have finished their game by the time we face Tottenham Hotspur. So I'm expecting them to be over Manchester City, which means we are under some pressure. So a high-stake game, this one. Now, in terms of our form, we've drawn our last 2 Premier League games, 4-4 against Chelsea, 1-1 at home against Liverpool. We need to get back to winning ways. We beat Leipzig after being 2-0 down at half-time midweek on Tuesday night. We did a good comeback in the second half. We need to take that second half momentum into this game. However, all doom and gloom at Manchester City, but we are unbeaten since our loss against Arsenal at the beginning of October, so clearly something about Manchester City. Now, we do have dangers everywhere. In terms of injury news, Mateo Kovacic is training, he's back with Manchester City, might make the squad, might be on the bench, same as John Stones. I'm not expecting to see either of these players in this match, in my honest opinion. Maybe might get some minutes against Aston Villa. I think from Luton Town onwards is what Manchester City will be looking for Mateo Kovacic, and more than likely for John Stones as well, which is welcome numbers in Manchester City's midfield. Do remember, City have got a very important game away from home at Villa Park in midweek, so we need to try and get back to winning ways and take some form and momentum into that game. Matheus Nunes, not really had too many updates on him. He's currently injured, not expecting to see him here. Kevin De Bruyne, I think, out until at least January, but is getting there as well. So my team prediction, I'm going to pop that up now for you guys. I'm going for Ederson in goal, Walker, Diaz, Ake. They're my back three for me. Gvardiol, unlucky to miss out. Rico Lewis, maybe unlucky to miss out, but that's my back three that I go with here. Ruben Dias, I feel like, plays better when he's got extra protection in front of him. Nathan Ake, to me, whilst I think Gvardiol's a fantastic player, I think defensively Nathan Ake made the difference second half against Leipzig. I'd like to see him start as a reward for playing so well in that second half. I'm going with Akanji and Rodri. I think this is the last time, whilst we've not got any injuries, that I'd like to see Akanji and Rodri starting together. I'd like to see Akanji drop a little bit deeper into Manchester City's defence when he is playing and try and get John Stones back into action. I think if we can try and get John Stones a few minutes here, maybe against Aston Villa, might be a little bit too soon for him to come back, but if we can get 20-30 minutes out of John Stones here, to me, that's good enough for me. He's good enough to start against Aston Villa and push on from there. And if everything's hunky-dory after that, then I think Manchester City need to be going with John Stones and Rodri. I can't even comprehend how much better City look with John Stones in that side, in my opinion. And that's no disrespect to Akanji. He's playing an unfamiliar role. He's a really good player, but he's a defender, not a defensive midfielder that pushes further forward for Manchester City. John Stones, he's perfect at that role. I go with Phil Foden and Julian Alvarez as my two other midfielders. Bernardo on the right wing, Doku on the left wing, Erling Haaland up top. As I said, Grealish, Stones, Lewis, Gvardiol, Bob, Gomez, they're the options off the bench. Maybe Mateo Kovacic as well. As I said, I think there's going to be goals. I wouldn't rule out this being a bit of a goal fest, seeing 7-8 goals in this game. I'm going a little bit more restrained. 3-1 Manchester City. Heung Min Son to score first and give City something to think about in the first half. Erling Haaland equalises in the first half for Manchester City. We come out in the second half and Jeremy Doku grabs a brace for Manchester City. Is my score prediction, what I think may happen in this game. In terms of my betting tips, both teams to score, 40 plus booking points, over 10 corners, and I'm going for Pedro Porro to pick up a yellow card anytime as well. Heung Min Son does love a goal against Manchester City, so if he does start, maybe that might be something to think about. We'll see. Now, moving on to today's video sponsor, BetMate. £500 pop, £5 entry fee. Links and details there in the description. Remember, use code JSGC10 on sign up. Get yourself £10 in free bets and use them free bets to join this pot for free. You can select up to 6 players for this game. The pot code is FF-MCI-TOT. FF-MCI-TOT. My team, I'm going with Ederson in goal. My defence made up of Emerson and Ake. I could rotate that potentially. We'll see. I'm going with Foden and Rodri as my two midfielders, and Doku my vice-captain, with Erling Haaland my captain up top. Again, could rotate that depending on the teams, and depending if I want to chuck more Spurs players into that. We'll have to wait and see. I'll wait for the lineups to be announced and make my judgments from there. So on the bench, I've got Vicario, Ben Davies, Bissouma and Son. That's what I'm thinking, with maybe a bit of rotation with the Spurs players. Again, as I said, we'll wait and see. Now, I will have a live watch-along link out later on tonight for you to go and set your reminders for. I will be live at 4 p.m. GMT on Sunday, so I will see you guys for that one. Just out of interest, Manchester City taking on Aston Villa. I have another live watch-along out for that one to look forward to. That's next up for Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur. Their next game is going to be taking place on Thursday night, where they're going to be taking on West Ham at home. So there we go. That has been today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a thumbs up. Don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. I have done my Premier League predictions for this weekend live on my channel. Do go and check them out as well. That would be much appreciated, and I will see you all again real soon. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.